Good day, it's October 4th, 2022, and that means we're only 34 days to the midterm election, November 8th, 2022. You still have the opportunity to register to vote. I'm Esmeralda Padilla-Gould.
And I'm Sam Buban.
First off, the week's top headlines and newsmakers. Property insurers had continued their exodus out of Florida even before Ian, leaving many property owners uninsured. The only option insurance of last resort are those sponsored by the state, which cost about 3 times the usual premium. I guess even the insurance companies believe that climate change is real, contrary to the climate change deniers who run their state government. Climate change not being real are echoed by officials in Republican states where the fossil fuel industry has big influence.
After a sham referendum in 4 Russian-held Ukraine territories of Donetsk, Luhansk, and parts of the Zaporizhia and Kherson, while Ukraine are making success liberating more than 3,000 square kilometers of their territory, and Russia sustained loss in estimated 15,000 personnel and thousands of military equipment damaged since the February 26 invasion, the only thing President Putin presents to the world is a sham referendum, thinking it will legitimize those regions as Russian territories. With no ready troops to occupy those regions, as Russia continues to suffer defeat, what Putin only has is a threat of nuclear defense if the annexed territory is invaded. Many military analysts say that Russia suffered more death in their 6 months of invasion of Ukraine, more than the total deaths in their invasion and occupation of Afghanistan. The Dow Jones Industrial Average continued to go south below the 30,000 mark. Be aware that the Dow Jones Industrial Average in the stock market is not a true indicator of strength or weakness in the U.S. economy. Many economists during the past 24 months that the stock prices of the Fortune 500 companies are now overpriced. The simple representation is the price to expense ratio. The PE matrix has been used to measure the health of the stock market. Jason Stubblefield, writing for S&S Capital Partners, said in June last year that investors are now spending $30 for every $1 corporate earnings. So, my take on this, don't worry much. The DJIA and the stock market are for big board gamblers. It's a bet on a piece of paper that has a hefty price tag.
When we come back after the commercial break, we will continue to monitor developments in the battle for the 118th Congress. So, don't go away.
Pure Medical Equipment provides top-notch quality medical supply equipment. Whether to rent or buy, Pure Medical Equipment and Supplies has it all.
Pure Medical Equipment is committed to serve and give back to Southern Nevada.
We deliver medical supplies and rentals to your door.
In our previous broadcast, Uncle Sam here had explained to us why it is important for Filipino-Americans to get involved in our electoral process, to participate in our democratic process, to engage with our elected officials, as they are supposed to be our representatives in the U.S. Congress. So Uncle Sam, what's happening in the state and around the country since our last broadcast?
The numbers showing in the polls, that means from surveys conducted, are not looking good yet for the Democrats, the party in the White House. But better than it was before the Supreme Court decision in Dobbs versus Jackson that ended the Roe v. Wade. You see, every midterm election that is an election dreaded by the party of the incumbent president. Because historically, the party who holds the White House tends to lose a dozen to several dozens of seats in the House of Representatives and in the Senate. This phenomenon had claimed the end of political careers in Congress.
What was the worst on record in our history books? I mean, in as far as midterm elections.
The worst loss by a party of a sitting president so far was that of Franklin D. Roosevelt in the year 1938, a time when the economy was barely rising up from the Great Depression. And during the early part of World War II, FDR's party, the Democrats, lost 71 seats in the House of Representatives in 1938, and 55 more seats lost in 1942. Although President Truman, his successor, will lose 45 seats in 1946 and 29 seats in 1950, and that was the Republican Party. In our more recent history, under President Obama, the Democrats lost 63 seats in the House of Representatives and 6 Senate seats in 2010, 2 years into his presidency. Donald Trump lost 41 seats of his party, but picked up, that's in the House, but picked up 2 Senate seats. I remember Senator Joe Donnelly and Senator Claire McCaskill lost their seats. They were Democrats.
Guys, we're going to take a quick break, so don't go away. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the polls. So, Uncle Sam, it's not looking good yet for the Democrats. That means it doesn't look so bad either. How so?
The earlier estimates by multiple pollsters around the country, Republican or independent pollsters, estimated that the Democrats are positioned to keep 191 seats only in the House of Representatives versus 211 seats, with 29 seats on a toss-up. It could go, the 29 seats could either go Republican or Democrats. According to Politico, the online magazine, the 29 seats, that would be 18 of those are Democrats, are likely to go Democrats, and 8 are likely to go Republican. And 3 that are in real suspense category, the real toss-up, based on this forecast, Democrats will only get around 209 to 212. And the party needs 218 to control the House. That's the House of Representatives. However, don't let your heart sink yet if you're a Democrat. More recent polling shows that Democrats are in dead heat, a virtual tie in recent surveys in the generic ballot. Generic ballot means, in the survey, if only two questions are asked, like, would you vote for a Democrat or a Republican? But then again, in order for the Republicans to control the House of Representatives, they have to keep all their seats. Granting they only need 6 to add to their 212. That means they had to defend 212 seats. And if they could flip 6 seats to their side, to the Republican side, then they take control of the House of Representatives. Again, that is if the Republican don't lose any seat. What if the result after the election, 4 Republicans in California lose their seats? Like Representative Mike Garcia of California District 25, or Michelle Steele of California District 45, or Yang Kim of California District 40, and David Baladao of California 25. What if these districts will fall into the hands of the Democrats, and the Democrats lose, like Representative Mike Levin in Los Angeles area? That would mean a net pickup of only 0 for the Republicans. Again, the Republicans had to hold all their existing seats and defeat 6 Democrats in order to control the House of Representatives.
Not Republicans.
No, the the Democrats had to lose 6 seats in order for the Republicans to take control of the House of Representatives, because you need 218. Right now they have 212. But then again, I said, if they hold on to all their seats and not flip it, the district doesn't flip to a Democratic side. Retaining the House of Representatives had improved for the Democrats after the Supreme Court decision on Dobbs versus Jackson. That one overturned the Roe versus Wade decision that gave women the right to decide on reproductive health issues. Women, even in red states, not only in blue states, meaning red states are Republicans, blue states are Democrats. In the 2022 midterm election, these women are energized. The evidence is the increase in voter registration among women nationwide. We're going into a commercial break, but please stay with us.
Pure Medical Equipment provides top-notch quality medical supply equipment. Whether to rent or buy, Pure Medical Equipment and Supplies has it all.
Pure Medical Equipment is committed to serve and give back to Southern Nevada.
We deliver medical supplies and rentals to your door.
Welcome back to The Pulse. For those of you who just tuned in, our guest for today is Selena Torres, Assemblywoman Selena Torres of Assembly District 3 in Las Vegas. And she is the youngest member of the Nevada State Assembly. And she is also an educator. Welcome to the program, and thank you for joining us, Assemblywoman Torres.
Thank you. It's an honor to be with you.
It's our pleasure. I just have a few questions to ask you, and you could enlighten us and our viewers. What state programs or issues and other things that affect the day-to-day life of Nevadans that can get affected if the Democrats lose control of the House of Representatives or the U.S. Senate?
You know, this is a really critical conversation that we're having here. As we approach midterm elections, we know that oftentimes individuals just aren't motivated to get out and vote because we don't have the president up for grabs this time. But this election still really matters. And one of the reasons it matters is because of our House of Representatives. Here in Nevada, we've had phenomenal leadership with Congressman Stephen Horsford, Congresswoman Susie Lee, and Congresswoman Dina Titus. But in order for those leaders to stay in office, we need to reelect them. Some of the things that are on the chopping block is obviously women's reproductive health. We're looking at comprehensive immigration reform and policies that impact immigrants every single day. We're looking at investments in small businesses and investments into our communities. Infrastructure dollars here in the state of Nevada, we received millions of dollars that were able to go into improving our roads, improving our communities, creating more parks and safe neighborhoods. And we wouldn't have had those funds without the help of these phenomenal congressional representatives. So when we're talking about why midterm elections matter because it affects the day-to-day operation of every Nevadan.
And I've been hearing a lot about, concern that this is one of the, every election cycle is important, but many are saying this is one of the most important midterm election we will ever have because the fundamental rights of women are at stake, and immigration as well, because Donald Trump was talking about ending chain migration, and that's a Republican agenda. My next question is, in the state of Nevada, our state legislature, do you think we can hold on to the slim majority in the state Senate?
Here in the state of Nevada, we are looking at a very slim majority for both the Assembly and the state Senate. And so in order for us to maintain that, it's going to really require voters to get out to the polls this election cycle and make sure that their voice is heard. Democrats here in the state of Nevada have been critical, ensuring that we are providing opportunities for small businesses, that we're putting economic investment into our small business community, that we are making healthcare affordable for every single Nevadan, regardless of where they come from or what language they speak, and making sure that we protect a woman's right to choose. And in our community, we're not going to see that unless we win the Senate majority and the Assembly majority. So that's going to mean that every Nevada voter has to get out, get to the polls, and vote Democrat for every race.
Yeah. The Filipino-American community is actually excited right now that for the first time we will have a Filipino-American on the ballot for the state legislature. Erica Mosca, and we're happy to that we finally had one. And I'm just gonna ask you, how are things looking for you in Assembly District 3 contest?
So I'm really excited. I just want to start by saying I'm very excited for us to be welcoming in our future Assemblywoman, Erica Mosca, into the Nevada State Legislature. I've known her for over a decade, and she has been a strong Filipino leader in our community, an advocate for education for our kids, and worked tirelessly for our community. So I have no doubt that she will be a phenomenal leader for every single Nevada family. And in Assembly District 3, when I look at the issues, when I'm talking to voters, when I'm talking to my community, I know that they're excited and they're engaged and they are ready to get out and vote this election cycle. And so that means that we're knocking on doors, we're making calls, we're sending text messages, and it probably at some point this election cycle will get very annoying and very irritating, but we're doing it because it matters. This election cycle matters for all of us. And we're not going to have more Erica Moscas, we're not going to have more Selena Torres without this election cycle. So it means that we have to participate every election.
Right. And there are, Las Vegas or Clark County is one of the most diverse ethnically diverse county in the United States. But I seem to believe that your district, your assembly district, is even more like the center point of that diversity. You have white voters, African-American voters, Asians and Filipino Pacific Islanders, and Hispanic voters, of course. So your district is like the most coveted of all the assembly district. So would you agree?
I like to say that my district is a lot like me and my family. You know, growing up, I grew up mixed. So my dad is Salvadoran and my mom is she's Hawaiian and Jewish. And so I grew up very mixed, and that's why my parents decided to settle down in Assembly District 3. I grew up in the community that I continue to represent, and I love my district. I love my district's diversity, and quite honestly, over the last 15 years, my district has only gotten even more diverse. And I think that's what makes our district so beautiful, because it really does look like the rest of the state of Nevada. And so for me, you know, when I'm getting out there and I'm talking to voters in Assembly District 3, I'm talking to voters from across the world and across our nation. And I think that's a part of what makes this state so great and what makes our community so great.
Yes, plus the fact that you are a homegrown representative. You know, that's you know, you're a homegrown you know.
I've known Assembly District 3 my whole life, and you know, that's why I choose to live in Assembly District 3, because I want to make a difference in my community, and I want to make sure that, quite honestly, I chose to live in Assembly District 3 so I could live 10 minutes away from my mom's house and stop at home for my mom's cooking anytime I want. But also because I think that the diversity within my district is really reflective of this nation as a whole.
That's wonderful to hear. Last word from you, Assemblywoman Torres, for our Filipino-American voters.
You know, I'm Assemblywoman Selena Torres, and I proudly represent Assembly District 3. You know, I'm a high school educator, so when I'm not in Carson City, I'm in our classroom every single day working alongside our kids. And I made the decision to run for office the first time because I recognize that our education system isn't just impacted by what goes on in the classroom. Our education system is impacted when our kids don't have access to affordable health care. Our education system is impacted when their families can't find good paying jobs with high wages to ensure that they have food on the table. Our education system is impacted when our families are struggling to make ends meet. And so we have to do more. Education system isn't just impacted by what's in our classroom. And so that's why I'm committed to going back to Carson City to provide for hardworking Nevada families and to fight for hardworking Nevada families every step of the way.
All right. Very good. Thanks. You heard that. Don't go away. When we come back, we have some more for you.
Pure Medical Equipment provides top-notch quality medical supply equipment. Whether to rent or buy, Pure Medical Equipment and Supplies has it all.
Pure Medical Equipment is committed to serve and give back to Southern Nevada.
We deliver medical supplies and rentals to your door.
With the many recent changes and focus on immigration law, now more than ever is the time to seek the help you need from an attorney you can trust. As an immigrant myself, I know the many difficulties and hardships involved in immigrating to this great country. With more than 10 years of experience in handling immigration cases, our firm can provide the necessary answers and solutions to your needs. Call Calderon Law today so we can work together to help you get the peace of mind you and your loved ones deserve.
Welcome back to The Pulse. Time flies when you're having a grand time, and I hope you will join us again next week for more updates from Uncle Sam regarding the midterm election. So Uncle Sam, what's in store for our viewers on our next episode?
While we continue to monitor what's going on in the the battle for the Congress, United States Congress, we will also now touch off and examine what's going on our state races for the battle for control of the capital in Carson City. So, something to watch.
There you go, friends and kababayans. Watch us again on our next episode as we continue our discussions on the battle for the 118th. Good day, everyone.
Good day. Thanks for watching.
The views and opinions expressed in the media or comments on this program are those of the speakers or authors and do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by Fil-Ams TV Network. Due to the social nature of Fil-Ams TV Network, videos may contain content copyrighted by another entity or person. Fil-Ams TV Network claims no copyright to said content.